Yes, welcome back to the second stanza of the program, The Conversation, coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name still remains Nelson Ekudumi, and I still have with me in the studio Richard Adeyinka Emmanuel, a researcher and public affairs analyst. Richie, thank you for being with us on the program today.
Very.
Yes, on this second stanza of the program, we want to look at there's this latest clamor out there following from those who clamored parliamentarianism, but it's like the noise had fizzled out. And right now, another new clamor is out there in the public space, is the clamor for return back to regionalism. And Richie, like me, I've told people that when we operated regional system of government, I wasn't born then. All my life, I have lived under military dictatorship and a civilian democratic system. And I can tell you for free, no matter the imperfections in the present democratic system, I still believe it's the best because, like I always admonish, that democracy is a vehicle to a destination.
Yes.
Democracy is not an end in itself, it's a means to an end. So when people come out and say regionalism, I ask, are we going to scrap the existing states, the structures we have in the presidential system of government? Because if we are going to regionalism, it means we'll have three regions like we had then, you recollect.
Yeah.
We had the western region, the eastern region, and the northern region.
Later, Midwest.
Midwest region, yes. And we all know that this regional system of government was dispensed with in 1967 by General Yakubu Gowon when he created 12 states. It was also part of the issues that, gave birth to the Civil War. When Ojukwu accused him of reneging on the Aburi Accord and trying to undermine the eastern region. Yes. So for me, I'm at a loss with regards to regionalism. As much as one agree that during the period of regionalism, we had a healthy competition between the regions. Yes. The western region introduced free education. They introduced
Eastern region also followed.
Eastern region also followed.
And dropped it later.
Yes, the North introduced scholarships because they had to, make sure their children were in school. Then the Western region established, under Awolowo, established the first TV station in Africa, established the first university, established the Liberty Stadium in Ibadan. Yes. Then it was under the Western region that we had the Odua group,
yes.
So as to bring the economic interest. And we saw the other regions also following suit. Yes. Because in the East, we had an ACB, African Continental Bank, in terms of the business enterprise of the people. Then in the North, was it Arewa Holdings that gave birth to New Nigerian newspaper? New
Nigeria was part of it.
West
is still functioning.
Yes.
So Odua,
of course, Odua is still there.
And then Wema Bank.
Absolutely.
All the Wema board and all of this world.
So for me, I believe strongly that the presidential system of government is one in which, if we put our eyes on the ball clearly and we understand the structure of governance, unlike in the regionalism, in the regional system of government where we knew we could hold the region accountable. But now in a presidential system of government, we make the mistake of assuming that there's only one tier of government. When there is food crisis, federal government. When there is water crisis, federal government. When there's educational crisis, federal government. When there's a security crisis, forgetting that in a federal system of government, we have issues or matters that are on the exclusive list, those that are on the concurrent list, and those that are on the residual list. Yes. So when we run our thinking along this line, we tend to lose sight of the advantages, because even some persons have said in the presidential system of government that the president is too powerful. And I say no. The president has limitations. Even the president, because the powers of the president are delineated by the Constitution. For example, the president cannot on his own sign a C of O on any land in the country except in FCT Abuja.
Yes.
For some offenses, the prerogative of mercy lies with the state. It is only the state that can prosecute.
Yes.
The federal government cannot prosecute for armed robbery.
Yeah. I think the first place to look at it is, are there issues with our current system?
Yes, they are.
There are issues.
Absolutely.
What are those issues? Currently, our president, let's look at the presidential system. I've been opportune to sit with former President Olusegun Obasanjo and with someone who I accompanied there. And we started talking, and I asked him, I only asked him 2 questions. Why did Awolowo lose the election of 1979?
Okay.
And then, why did we change from parliamentary to presidential? No economic reason, nothing tangible really that I could say or that he could say, other than in my father's house, you can only have 1 king. Yeah, you don't have 2 kings. You know, in our parliamentary, you had the governor general, the ceremonial,
the president and the prime minister,
and then the prime minister. So he felt that no, we should have just one, like the United States. Now, let's look at it this way. Nothing fundamental, prompted that change, other than, issues like,
I think it has to do with the control system of the military.
Of that time, that
Yes.
we should have one command structure.
One command structure.
Now,
yes.
the American system, let's look at it. How many countries practice the American system of government that we've taken hook, line, and sinker? You can count how many countries. That is why the Putin of this world don't have the 4-year fixed term of 2 terms. You don't have also in France, you still have prime minister, you still have, because he allows you to manage that situation. Look at the French president, travel to Romania, riding bicycle and all of that. You can't find an American president in such. You find an American president, with all the, wherever he's going,
force.
Just like, and then can our finances sustain such structure? For me, I don't think so. Another thing with our parliamentary, the regionalism. Let's look at it this way. Look at the laws Lagos State House of Assembly has passed. Look at the one Oyo State Assembly has passed, the one Ondo has passed,
Yes.
Osun, Ekiti. Are they different? How many laws in the last, let's say, 2 election
Richard,
cycles?
to bust you. Well, Richard, that is a discussion for another day, because we have all been clamoring for devolution of powers.
What is important is we need to change something about our system to make it more effective.
Of course, I agree with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned to the program, the conversation today. It's been a pleasure having you on the program, Richie.
My pleasure.
Yes,
very interesting.
Thank you very much. We really had a very good conversation on the 2 topics we looked at. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is why we want to call it a wrap on this edition of the conversation. Till we come your way again next time, continue to watch the conversation on TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. Have a great day. Bye-bye.